There we go. I was just wondering, I couldn't hear the game. But I couldn't even hear it on my speakers. I was a bit curious, like what has happened. I had forgotten to change it to monitor and output because I had to change it because my screen was the main source because of some bugs with whenever I start this thing. I'm trying to remember what we did last time, but to be honest, I cannot almost not even remember what I did yesterday. So that's a good thing, I guess. All right, we knew that he had a will and it disappeared somewhere. That's what happened. Speaking of, is this that thing still downloading? I probably should stop that while I'm streaming. 4 hours until Elden Ring is done. Nice. There's gonna be some Elden Ring on Thursday. But somehow it disappeared. Alright, okay, so his voice was like this. So I'm just gonna have to do it like this. It was after Asagi's execution.
Which was actually an elaborate jailbreak.
The wardens gathered up Asagi's possessions that were in his cell. They were all there to be sent back to his family home in Japan, you see.
The poor Kazuma-sama.
And you're saying that it wasn't anywhere to be found amongst his personal effects. That's strange. I guess it was too much of some sort of thing happening. Also, I'm just checking my 3D print. Holy crap, it's already done like... Okay, 25% of it. I'm printing another elf. That's right. I thought I didn't search though I didn't search through them myself. But Governor Calden was livid. He was screaming, "I cannot have you disappear. You cannot have disappeared completely."
That doesn't quite make sense, though, does it?
Also, did I do this? I don't think I did do this. Poof, poof. I only have some left, so I just eat some snacks here in the middle. Like rice things. Very easy to just smash, actually. Oh. In what way?
Well, we understood that only Mr. Vigil was aware of the will's existence. In which case, how did the prison governor know to look for it?
Huh. That's interesting. I really don't know how he knew. But it certainly seemed though he knew of the will's existence from the outset. Only didn't refer to it as a will. What he said was the Asagi papers. The Asagi papers. I really can't tell, and I'm trying to like do this voice again like I did last time. I really can't tell anything of the subsequent event. Because, well, of what happened. Sorry, I thought something popped up. Also, we have 3 more followers until we're gonna do a community board game session. That's gonna be nice. Or stream. I've gotten all this until today. I don't suppose it's relevant though to the case though. Well, anyway, thank you very much for sharing it with us, Mr. Vigil. We're very grateful. I'm afraid there's really little more I can tell you. My wife's Evie will be here shortly. So I don't hope I don't appear rude, but no, not at all. Thank you again.
But what will become of you now?
Well, impersonating a police officer is a criminal offense, of course. Imagine that once I'm fully recovered, I shall be arrested. Don't be, please. This was all my own doing. I always knew that this day would come. Well, I wish you well. Goodbye, Mr. Vigil. Well, what did you remember? Yeah, what is it? What did you remember? Yeah, soggy papers. I'm just gonna take the last ones here now. I'd be very grateful if you make no mention of the things I told you about them. Presumably for some good reason. It's my understanding that their very existence is a closely guarded secret. If it became known that I'd remember, well... Goddamn politics. Okay. There was some sort of will. Yeah, we're gonna have to go and check with him because he knew something. Kinda good. I call them rice snacks because I believe it might be rice, I don't know. But for some reason they're called China snacks. I'm not joking with China, it's literally just Swedish for China snacks. No, it's actually corn. Corn puffs. Corn. Apparently corn. It's made of corn. Okay. I have nothing against corn. I was just, for some reason I thought it was rice, I believe, for a long time. And I was just like, it's made of corn. One kind of makes sense of how it actually tasted. I really didn't really check too much. Oi. Oh, back in, are ya? I'm trying to figure out his voice because I kind of forgot it. Hello. I've heard all about your investigations. Read the report just now. You found me, Vigil? Yeah, luckily. Well, I know. If the ladder doesn't work here no more. So your case is not do with Barclay. I wouldn't like you to get it wrong there about that. Of course, yes, Mr. Vigil stopped working here 10 years ago now, so...
Yes, we've seen his dismissal notice, haven't we? He was given the quick little chop.
Hey, Kimma. You came very well, so help him about with your handcuff biscuit. I fucking love those handcuff biscuits. I'm not gonna lie, like, I kind of feel of making shit like that myself. Just handcuffs biscuits or whatever.
Oh, they're little handcuffs. And that's hard as iron too.
Wait, they're hard as iron, that's not a good thing. What the fuck? So, my brother, you don't hear then, eh? Fucking hell, this is like... way of speech is not the easiest for me. Well, there's something else we'd like to ask you about, actually. Was that so? Was that so? We believe there might have been a document that disappeared from Genshin Asogi's cell. I think it's been called the Asogi Papers or something. Did I not say Greg's death is nothing to do with things that might have happened at Barclay? Leave the past in the past, laddie. There's not further about with irrelevant detail. Well, it might be irrelevant for the thing we're doing, but like... this is more or less means that you're about to shit yourself about something. I have a meme video up, or more or less a meme reaction video. And there's literally a dog that holds a selfie stick or something alike. And you can see the dog's face while it's running, and it looks so fucking great. I love it. Okay. So, Governor. 10-year-old legacy. That murder's butcher execution, the whole miserable escape. The Barclay's darkest hour, eh? Shocking embarrassment. Because the convict had a collaborator on the prison staff, you mean? Aye, for a shame. The coroner who confirmed the death on the man of his execution coincided. My chief warden at the time, Vigil, who was in charge of the whole affair.
But Mr. Vigil says he didn't know anything about it.
The rascal didn't say otherwise, eh? No handcuffs.
Oh, how could I say no? You've never had too much iron in your diet.
It's kind of a fair point in a sense. 31. I only did printing one. Like, the fun part is, like, this thing can technically now keep a lot of these minis on it if I would want to. I'm gonna do that one day because I have a war game called what is it called? Hold on. Frostgrave, the second edition. The problem is you can get stuff like for that, but I'm not really a person that really do stuff like that anyway, so I just felt like doing my own. So I've actually on a Patreon that has like monthly different, only that I've missed a few months now. And it's kind of interesting. They actually have pretty good ones. I have some elves now and a dragon. I have also demons and dwarves or something. I don't know like to say, but that's Vigil's trying to get all of it. Do you not think he would have jumped from the shock of his crimes being exposed, eh? I do. Wouldn't I say otherwise, though, would you? Well, of course, I can assure the responsibility myself. I shouldn't let him deceive me. I'm pretty certain you're the one that is deceiving. Well, actually, it's barely anyone that accuse. Well, on at the time now. With Greg's so having been murdered, society forbidden from having any visitors. No visitors? Someone obviously doesn't want her be giving anything away. Yeah, exactly. Like, I really, like... Ooh. Like, someone has too much power on their hand. I'm gonna take that... I'm gonna take that powerhouse hand and just shove that up their ass. Also, I'm not talking about my own hand, I'm talking about their hand. Their hand up their ass. I wouldn't I dream of sending you packing with no Kimmer, yeah. Take a handcuff or two. You really won't like those, don't you? Like, I kinda would want to taste one as well, because what the fuck. I also do love the small cup. Well, I don't know why I'm a bugger for small utensils. I've already told that I will get a... Oh, I thought it would actually say that. Apparently it doesn't said there. But I am gonna get a mini spatula if I can find any. Because I more or less... I didn't promise that, but it was like a fun idea. And yeah, I'm gonna try and do that actually. A mini spatula. Maria Gore. Wait, what did I miss? I suppose that anyone who might be still keen about what happened back there would be Maria Gore. Maria Gore. Why? I literally just read Scythe as a dog that I was like, oh, oh fuck no. Oh fuck no. Like, she's somehow intriguing, but at the same time, the way she spoke last time is kind of freaking me the fuck out. But the way Bairn following her mom's footsteps, then I have a see her without a scalpel in her hand. Yeah, except she might actually use on a goddamn living person. Ah. For some reason, I am intrigued to know more. But also, it's like, no. Like, not a I mean, like, curious how it looks underneath the mask for some reason. But just as the thought of the, like, being under the scalpel is just like, yeah, fuck that. I'm just looking over there. I've seen this video before, but still just a reaction. That's what I really like with YouTube videos, the reactions. Speaking of reactions, apparently someone I have been following on YouTube, on a Twitch, in a long time. I haven't watched much of theirs lately because it's mostly just been Fortnite, and I cannot say I hate Fortnite, as many people might do, but it's not like something I play nor something I do look into a lot. But for some reason is he gonna become a VTuber, or is he gonna be a temporarily VTuber? Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find it here. There in the Littlewood. Yeah. He has a debut in 5 days. Yeah, new English VTuber debut in 5 days. Is he gonna become a VTuber? I don't know if it is temporarily or not, because I saw something about it, but it doesn't really say. He has never been a VTuber, or I don't even know if I talked about VTubers, but I just saw that in the middle of nowhere and was like, what the fuck? I'm gonna be honest, I do enjoy VTubers. I have a lot of VTuber friends, and people do enjoy watching their streams. I don't have the thought of becoming a VTuber myself right now. Like, it might be something I might look into just because of trying it out. But it's nothing like, yeah, I want to become a VTuber. I don't know, who knows? I just do whatever I like to do. If people might enjoy it, I might just do it a goal. It's gonna be a hell of a hefty goal, though. Because that's just nothing like the other goals. This is like gonna be a hell of a goal. Just checking some stuff for fun reason. As I do with her own life, can I understand myself?
Perhaps she was driven by deep respect for her mother.
Perhaps, anyhow. She was in charge of Gregson's autopsy, I believe. Right, and the coroner responsible for this incomplete report. Someone told me once that we lassie always loved the mama's stories about cutting up bodies. There's even a rumor that you used to listen to their funeral marches as a lullaby. Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, then perhaps her mother might have told her about the autopsy from the case 10 years ago.
Why? I'd say there's a fighting chance, at least. After all, it was a life-changing case for all of us. Miss Gory. Gory Scythe. Jesus. That sounds so bad now when I say it loud. Gory Scythe. Wait, it was like, I don't know really. I guess I'm gonna check that later. I have so many fucking people here. Gossip is not gossip any longer. He could technically be deleted from that. I'm not happy about other part of this. It took years for Londoners to finally forget the whole professor business. Can I give up on this, laddie? Stop asking pointless questions. Yeah, you say it's pointless, but you never really came through a sort of conclusion to the whole fucking thing. It's literally like, yeah, he did it, he did that, he's alive. Okay, fine. Done. I feel like there's so much shit hiding. Can you no, just stay away, no? Leave me alone and then I come back here, before that, the Alsogi papers. I didn't come to care about that, laddie. There's not many folk around here in this part who know heard those papers. Well, I can't tell Mr. Vigil told me.
I'm afraid our sources must remain confidential, sir.
We've been led to believe that the paper is actually a last will and testament. Is that right? The professors, or rather Genshin Asogi's. Why? That's right. You're well informed, Jimmy. But then after the convict's execution, it mysteriously vanished from his cell, didn't it? Well, heavens no. You're off at the half a cock there. And then, didn't I quite get your facts right straight? It was there in the cell, exactly where it should have been. Oh. Well, let me just have a wheel look around here. I'm sure I can find it. Alright, here it is. Let's see. Last Will and Testament of Genshin Asogi. Written with a calligraphy brush. Oh, of course, I can read a word, those Japanese squiggles. Oh, yo, Gabby! Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm fine. Had a long day at school today, so I came back around 5. So it took some time for the computer to start up, but yeah, I more or less just started streaming directly. But else I'm fine, just a bit tired from all the programming and shit. How are you? How is your day? Or how has your day been? Also checking how it goes. It is on 39% my 3D print. I love I can actually see that here now. I don't have to need this thing connected to my computer. I'm not joking. This thing, this 3D printer, it came with every fucking thing that is necessary. I have some sort of like metal spatula to be able to like take away the 3D prints if it's like stuck too much. I have a little clipper to be able to like clip away parts. I got an SD card reader and an SD card I can use for the goddamn printer. I got every single thing that might be necessary for this thing. It works so fucking well. It took some time to figure out because like if it is too warm, it sometimes doesn't stick to the plate, and if it is too cold in here, it doesn't do that at the same time. So sometimes getting the right thing so it doesn't leave the plate can be a bit fiddly sometimes, I can tell you. But else, you have seen on the Discord, like, this thing is a fucking beast of a 3D printer. That's what I like with this as well, because the other one needed a software, and it also needed to connect to the PC, which unfortunately cannot connect to the new Windows, which caused it to be absolutely useless. And because it's being so old, it's not being updated anymore, what I understand it. And yeah, so it's literally like, I don't need a goddamn computer for this thing. I need an SD card, a software I can do a G-code in, and just put that in there. It's like fucking working on its own right now. I love it. Like, this is such a brilliant 3D printer. But yeah, how are you, Gani? You haven't answered that. How are you doing today? How is your day, Gani? Also, we are 3 more followers until board game. The numbers are there here, laddie. That's your lot. After all, the Stramash, or the last year of an execution, he sent the man's possessions back to his clan in Japan, and they were done of it.
I thought we ought to make a record of this, Miss Narud, just in case.
Yep. One thing before you go away, Miss Naruto. Oh, yes? Oh, Jesus Christ, that was a fucking line of text. Hold on. It just fucking popped up out of nowhere. Well, I'm doing good, kinda, since schools aren't really forcing the online classes, and is now allowing all the students to go to school every. Sorry, Jukiwi is literally just dancing on the goddamn screen. I was like kind of taken by that for some reason. And now allowing all the students to go to school every day instead of every other day, it's been pretty rough. And also, instead of going to school from 7 to 12 o'clock, we now go from 7 to 2 o'clock. And feels like once I get home from school, my body just gets tired and I am unable to do anything else because of being tired. I feels like because of that, I also feels like my free time just gets smaller and smaller. Yeah, like I understand because as I said, I am doing schoolwork from 8 to 5 in the evening. So I absolutely understand your feeling there. I mostly just use my my evenings as my spare time. Uh, but it's good. It's doing fine anyway. Like sure, stuff like time things and stuff can sometimes get me absolutely nervous as hell sometimes. But I'm just gonna leave it. I've already talked to my mother and father about it, or at least my about like how I sometimes feel nervous about shit like that. But it's just like they said, it's nothing really to care about right now. Like shit happens. We are not capable of doing everything in the world as a action or a mental capability. You have to just try your best and see what's going on. I understand. Okay, so I guess we're done here then. I'm gonna check something. Can I check the papers? I, Genshin Sogi, hereby request that upon my death and all my material possession and wealth belong to me in London be delivered to my son Kazuma Sogi in Empire of Japan. If it is with deep sadness that I accept my fate in this virgin land, in the knowledge that I will never see my homeland or family again, but I regret nothing about my chosen path. Okay. Am I? I'm gonna go to a hotel. I'm gonna check something. Nope. God damn it. We can talk to these guys. No arguments, Prosecutor Razogi. You will continue with the trial exactly as instructed. Is that clear? Perfectly. Also, do you do school through online only, or do you have allows to learn school? Because I just realized I've never asked you before. I'm at school. I am at school. Else it would be much faster to actually start streaming. Because I would be having my PC on already. I am going to school.
Oh, it's Kazuma-sama.
To find Lord Strongheart by the sound of it. I never did know when to back down. Yeah, but it's like it takes like around just like up to 5 to 10 minutes to go from here to school, so it's absolutely like fine. On your way now, Wasuki. Kazuma. Ah, and he just leaves. What a bastard. Yes, what are you doing here? Oh, well, I was just hoping to ask you a few questions, if you wouldn't mind. I wanted 116 trial concluded today. But Prosecutor Asogi unwelcome inquiries are going to make it to take longer than necessary. Unwelcome inquiries. As a result, I'm losing even more precious time. Currently 2 hours, 55 minutes, 41 seconds, 42, 43. Oh, Hold on. I also need to go to the barber, or my teacher will shave a chunk of my hair. But I can't find a bloody barber that's open today. And sew my name tag on my school clothes and do my laundry and clean my room. Yeah, I know about shit like that as well. Like, I don't have a name tag stuff on that. I know about the laundry stuff, yes. Barber, I have never really had anyone complain about that other than work stuff is going on, because I worked at a place that didn't need too much hair, if you would say so. Clean my room, yes, I've been happening as well. It's just to take a little at a time, I would say. That's a good question. The funny part is, like, time management is like what you will be capable of doing in a certain time and how to divide it. The problem is, like, if a lot of thing takes a lot of time, then you have a very difficult dividing the rest of the thing. For example, schoolwork is literally like you cannot manage schoolwork because schoolwork is something that has to be, and then you have to just manage the rest of it. But it's a bit difficult because a lot of it is already taken up. But yeah, the shit's like that happening. That's just normal life. That is just normal life. Can I even talk about anything? The Reaper. Does the persecutor Asogi believe that Lord Van Seek is the Reaper? I wouldn't know. It was 10 years ago. That fateful close trial that Lord Van Seek made a name of itself among the judiciary. But the next trial he fought, he lost. It meant the ringleader of criminal organization was acquitted, thanks to all the jurors being under duress. But that's awful. The man's freedom was short-lived. It lasted just 3 days.
Yes, let's see. He died in a rock slide at his place of work, I believe.
Correct. That was the inauguration of the Reaper of the Bailiffs. And the people believed Lord Van Seek was responsible. He was brought to trial himself, but it was shown that he had an accident. Nevertheless, the mysterious deaths continued. In total, 16 persons perished, in unusual circumstances, ostensibly at the hand of the Reaper. Hi! Oh, sorry, burp. Hello there, girl! Welcome to the stream! Welcome. I'm doing fine, like, mentally tired.
Stand by for action!
Fucking love it. I'm fine, just a bit tired because of all the programming and shit and the rest of the schoolwork that has to be done. The thing I don't like is to have a big project and have a side stuff to that, because like you have to focus on one thing, like, yeah, you also have to do this thing, like, oh great. But yeah, even though shit like that worries me, it's as I said, like, I cannot do everything. If shit goes wrong, shit goes wrong. That's all. It's just like I'm very taken it easily, unfortunately, sometimes. But yeah, how are you, Turtle Girl? How are you today? The impact that revelation would have been the British public cannot understand. Is that why it's so it's a close trial? Huh. Precisely. This country hasn't. Oh. I think it's starting to be a bit cloudy outside, but it has been really rather warm. Oh, directly 50%. I am checking my 3D printer. I don't need to have it connected to my PC. It actually reads through an SD card I actually got with the printer. And I can actually see on the screen how much has been going on. Like, everything is live. The nozzle heat, the bed heat, the fan strength. X-axis, Y-axis, Z-axis. Something. How long it has been going on and stuff like that. I do love that. And what is time? Yeah. Correct. Actually, we heard that originally you were going to prosecute that trial yourself, Lord Strongheart. Van Six and Tran entreated me to relinquish the prosecution to him, that he might avenge his brother's death. And here we are, 10 years later. Yeah, I'm kind of very bad with stuff like that, especially schoolwork, because I'm more or less checking all the things like, oh, we have this lesson, we have this work, and then we have like, oh yeah, we have a side mail we'll have to check whenever shit like this is happening. Ugh. With the son of the man Van Six had condemned now, looking to avenge his father's death in the same way. They do say that what goes around comes around. However, it would seem that the new young prosecutor is harboring some ulterior motive as well. Kazuma's, I like my organization to run smoothly. I have no idea. The thing is, I haven't really had much school, like homeschool work, because I mostly have been working at home and we don't really have stuff that needed to be done whilst. But I don't know. As with a giant clock in here, I won't tolerate a single cog being out of step with the others. I'm just checking it out. Like, it is cleaned in here. I just cleaned it because my mother and father came to visit. What do you mean? Not something with which you need to concern yourself. In any case, all your questions will be answered tomorrow. Now, I will have to ask you to excuse me. As of this moment, I have been delayed from attending my next meeting with precisely 3 hours. Oh my, that's a long time. And I hold you entirely responsible. I wonder if you might agree to us talking to with Prosecutor Asogi. Discussion between the defense and the prosecution outside of the courtroom are generally frowned upon. However, I will make an exception in this case. Now go. You can find him in his office. Oh, thank you.
Whose office?
That's just social media. That's just social media, absolutely. Is this his office now? But yeah, sorry to hear that. So, this is the office of the prosecutor Asogi now, is it?
Isuma-sama is doing so well for himself.
Even though it's always forced to kneel on the floor, Japanese style in the dark corner. In that dark corner.
It is habit to sit the Zaza style whenever he's working.
Yeah, I can understand what you mean about that, can you? I don't feel like I'm independent of people, but I just feel like I kind of have my schedules and shit, and whenever like something is breaking there or feel like it might break, it's just like fucking nagging at me like hell. Especially if it's like something that causes more of a break in the future and shit like that. I thought it wouldn't. I thought it wouldn't be long before you paid me a visit, Ryunosuke. I was right about what I said, wasn't I? Sorry? That you have all the makings for a great defense lawyer. Well, I always believed that you'd fulfill your dream of advocating the British court. I just never imagined for 1 second it would be as a prosecutor.
Seeing you standing in a foreign court so gallantly, realizing your dream, Kazuma-sama. I'm truly happy for you.
And I'm truly thankful to you, judicial assistant Mikotoba. Ryunosuke, I always thought it would be fun for you and I to shake up the British legal system for a little together. Yeah, the only thing that would be different there is literally how he said it. Which feels even much more weirder. I've learned a lot of things during my time in London. About how Susato-san's father himself was himself a visiting student here once, along with Judge Jiguko. And about what happened with your father. Then you'll have no difficulty understanding. Well, I had no choice. Well, I had to find a way to get Britain as a visiting student myself. Oh yeah, that would actually be a Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know, like, some people, like, what the fuck? It's getting on for a year now. That's what happened on SS Burya. We're heading across the ocean from Japan to Great Britain. When a bizarre series of coincidence led to those tragic events. I thought I lost my best friend forever. I must have been unconscious for a long time. When I woke up, I was laying on a bed. It was a narrow little room. There was the posy flowers by my pillow. It took me a little while to realize I was in a cabin of a ship. I slipped out of the room and headed up onto the deck. We were already suffering from amnesia at that point. Yes, I didn't know what had happened or where I was. There was just this voice in my head. You have something you have to do. Something no one else can know about. Go to Great Britain. Your task awaits you there. Yeah, I can kinda agree there actually. It's like fucking strange. Speaking on NFTs, I'm pretty certain I just read, like whenever I start my phone sometimes I get these like articles and Googles, like a list of them. And I think like there was one of those that said like NFTs has gone down with like 90% or something. Like fucking hell. Out on the deck, I saw that was on a huge steamship, and we're docked in a large port. Nah, neither have I. Like, I believe, like, last month or a few weeks ago, I have, like, seen a commercial on that or something. I was like, that's all. I don't really care too much about it.
It must have been Hong Kong.
Funny enough, the most wholesome thread I have seen in the weirdest place is it says asked on the comment on how to make a nether portal in Minecraft. The one that actually went and helped him. Yeah, I can understand that kind of. That's a good one. I kind of heard something similar actually about the upper statement. I watched a YouTube video where they were just talking about random shit. And I don't know what they were talking about. I believe they were talking about some sort of game skin or something. That's fucking weird. I had no idea of the situation, but I didn't have the feeling that this was in one way my last chance. So I concealed myself among the disembarking passengers and went ashore. Then I disappeared into the crowded street of that forgotten port city, so I could plan my onward journey to Great Britain. Just under a year ago, with all my past memories lost to me, I was left behind in Hong Kong. Everything was foreign to me. The sights, the sounds, the smells, my head reeled. I was truly at a loss. I realize now that I escaped as a dead man, with nothing but the clothes on my back. No money, of course. It's not often I check in there, so no. Well, fair game to him then, I guess. Luckily though, I had two feathers in my cap. One being your knowledge of English, I suppose. That's right. And on the back of that, I was capable of picking up some work as a deckhand on a cargo ship. Nice. Eventually, after calling out countless ports, I finally arrived at Dover. That must have been some 3 months ago. Well, your formidable tendency of purpose showing itself again. I mean, the man had lost his memory and had literally nothing to his name. But he still managed to make his way to London on the opposite side of the world. And of course, I had no idea why I moved heaven and earth to get here at that point. So how did you end up becoming Lord Van Seek's apprentice then? That can only be called an extraordinary stroke of luck, really. You see, I was stopped at a border because I had no papers. They took me straight to Scotland Yard, and by sheer coincidence, Lord Stronger was there to attend a meeting. That's when the second feather in my cap came into play.
Would that have been your knowledge of the law?
Yes, exactly. Lord Stronger was curious about an Eastern with an intimate knowledge of British law. I have no idea. No clue. And then, 9 days ago... a horn pub, goddamn it. Well, that's something. Sorry, I'm like intriguing and seeing my my 3D printer work here right now. It's technically the same one as before, as I show. Oh, shit, fucking hell. Misclicked. Just gonna pop away this. Also, I have YouTube on. For some reason, I just like to look there. Yeah, I'm printing. I'm 3D printing. As I said before, it doesn't connect to the computer. I'm not joking. First of all, this thing is a goddamn beast. It needs some fiddling because you need to build it yourself. Like, sure, the only thing you like need to fit on there is like hardware stuff. All the like software and things is already on place. Like the Z-axis thing and the motors for the Y-axis. Yeah. Oh my god, I did that again, fucking hell. But else is like I can fix the bed, the printing bed, so I can like put it up and down to make sure it actually sticks correctly on there. It has I can see on the screen that is built in what heat the nozzle and bed has. I can see the fan speed. I can see what axis it right now has. It's fucking amazing. And not only that, it came with every tool you needed. I'm not talking just about like I needed a tool for building it together, like a little screw thing, a little of this, a little of that. They had everything. I have some sort of like metal spatula looking thing for like big 3D prints that are very difficult to take off. I have a little snipper I can just snip away parts from. I got like a cleaner, a pipe cleaner like kind of thing. Yeah, a bit. Like, hold on, I'm gonna, yeah. This thing. I'm not joking. It's like a goddamn spatula. Like, this 3D printer came with everything. It's fucking brilliant. I have the only one problem I have, and it's not like a problem I have with the printer. It's a problem I have. Is that if it is sometimes too cold in here or too warm, it sometimes has very difficult sticking to the bed, which causes a bit of problem because it's like starting to like try to print, but it has nothing to stick on. It just gather up a lot of like plastic underneath. That's why I also sometimes watch this, because I don't like to just let it run freely. I like really like to see this thing doing stuff. Also, speaking of this, actually. Okay, fair point on that one. But yes, I'm printing right now, and as I was talking about the last printer I had, the old printer. Was like I couldn't update it because there had no update. It was like it was so old they didn't care anymore about that. So, but first of all, I can do that. It was very finicky. You have seen the pictures of this thing, which is from the old printer, which looks absolutely stupid because they had their own software kind of thing. So right now it's like it was because nothing happened with it and it didn't update at all. Also, this time I'm not gonna manage to skip. I managed to click wrong, and this goddamn thing is so big. Oh, there we go. Not gonna click that. Gonna click that now. But yeah, so this thing, I don't need to connect it to a PC. I got, yeah, like even with the tools, I got the tools of using it digitally, which means I got a USB SD card reader and a SD card for the printer. I literally just can go to a software that is, I don't know if it's open source, but it has like every existing good printer in its database. I just put in my printer in there, just square on, everything was done. Go in and fix the 3D models, and voila, I'm fucking printing. And it's so fucking gorgeous also. Like, hold on. I had a test. I don't know where I have had put the test print because it had like internal prints on the SD card, 3D models, and I don't know where it is right now, but holy shit, the thing is smooth. Because the smoothest thing on the old printers was this thing I made, which is like a little fire goblet thing. It's a bit difficult to see because it's white and it's not really reflecting, but it's not really even because I can feel the scratches and stuff. Then like this, the test dog thing. Oh my god, it was so fucking smooth. So I just tried like, yeah, I want to do a mini on that. And what happens? I can actually see the goddamn face. I cannot see the face on this thing. And yes, even though like if I do it in a certain way, I will be able to like see all the odd tops. Like I can see that is so precise and fine, that thing. Also, now I'm gonna stop ranting about that and go back to the game. We took a photograph together the day before his departure. It's my last memory of him. But what I remember most about my father is his unwavering sense of justice. 6 years after he left, the gentleman called at our family home. I think it's absolutely neat. Hold on. Did I apparently... Yeah, I had that up. Yeah. Like, the millimeter I have on each layer of a 3D print right now on this printer is a 0.04 millimeter. That's what's causing it to be so fucking smooth right now. Love it. Also because this is a very kind of open source kind of software, it's so easier to actually change stuff. Because before I had this like support, because if you have something that is like more of a 90-degree angle of another part, that won't be able to support like if the building plate is like this, because it would be like trying to print in air. And the problem I had is like the support I had was absolutely bullshit, because like if you try to take a part off somewhere, it was just like a squiggly pattern and shit. It was like awful. In this you can change if it's gonna be normal support, how it's gonna be formed, or if you want a tree support, which right now personally it's very, very thick, but it doesn't have too much contact surface. I'm gonna show you when it's done. It's done in I don't know how long, but it's like it's on 70%. When I started this when I started to stream. It is doing so goddamn fast, this thing. Oh, nice. Oh. I was gonna check if there is a meme up here then. Hope. Nope, not yet. Just checking. Then one day a letter arrived at our house from Britain. There was no indication of the sender, so I opened it assuming it was from an old acquaintance of my father. What I read in that letter changed my entire life. What did it say? It said that my father had been a mass murderer, and the writer cursed as Soggy's name. The more my pants is on fire, the better I do. Yeah. Fair point. As a result of that letter, I found out what had been hidden from me all those years. Presumably the letter was sent from a relative of one of the victims. If whoever it was had been member of a judiciary, he would have been presented at the closed trial. The letter revealed that my father had been sentenced to death, executed for being a killer. I'm so sorry you had to find out that way. Imagine if the British government did its very best to silence whoever sent that letter. But someone who knew the truth couldn't bear the resentment was always going to be a problem.
But still, it could have been a writer written by anyone. Why would you believe such a thing?
There was a newspaper cutting included in the letter. It was the first I've ever heard of the professor and his terrible killing spree.
Well, what did my father have to say about the letter?
I couldn't bring myself to show it to you. What? Why not? Because he had deliberately concealed the truth from me by telling me my father was taken by a fatal illness. That could have been easy for me. And I had done it out of the consideration of my feelings. So instead, I show the letter to Judge Yugiko. Ah, the other visiting student. Dude, wouldn't just killing one person make you a mass murderer, since you're killing a person made of mass? I guess that's kind of fair. I think. I don't know. Fucking hell, my brain has been like bleh today. Trying to figure out how to rotate something today, which was not the easiest. No, not rotate. Find out where it was rotating. Which was absolutely a fucking bastard to be shown. And then we had to find some bugs because apparently we had memory leaks somewhere. I was the cause of one of those. I just don't know if it was me forgetting to write that before publishing, the software bugging out, or the software didn't, or me just not me managed to send that thing. I don't know. But luckily it was not just me. So yeah, like fucking hell. A year later, my bereaved mother succumbed to the strain of grief, and she too passed away. That's when I made up my mind that one day, without fail, I would cross the seas to Britain and seek the truth for myself. That's actually kind of fair, because no one, like, that's what I said before, no one has really thought about the truth. It's literally like, yeah, I'm pretty certain that guy did it. Case closed, everything done. For example, like, Dr. Scythe. She has been hiding for a long time. Mr. Vigil says that stuff is going on, but they say that Vigil is the one doing it and is probably lying, which means shit is going on. Like, there's so much fucking diplomacy here. Literally like, oh yeah, we cannot do this because of that. Because that's also the interesting thing. Someone that was British got killed in Japanese soil, and they were literally like, yeah, we cannot allow a British person to be the murderer because holy shit. I was like, okay, fine. Oh yeah, we have a Japanese murderer in London. What are we gonna do now? Yeah, we just do it our way. Like, okay. Jesus. What we learned today in court turned things completely on their head. It was an impressive piece of lawyer. Rinosuke Naruhodo. Lord Van Six isn't the Reaper, you know. I almost don't want to believe it myself, but it turns out that Inspector Gregson himself, the victim, was. It's clear that the Inspector was behind the Reaper's activity all along. What? You mean you knew? The real question is, who been giving orders to the Inspector? Yes, Barak Van Six is the real Reaper. And I know that 10 years ago it was him who decided my father must be a mass murderer and sent him to his grave.
No, he was merely seeing that justice was done for as the law dictates. He's not to blame.
Ultimately, it's people who condemn people. The law is just a tool that he used to do it. Okay. And when a man condemns another, he must take responsibility for his actions. Of course he must. Well, I know for certain that my father would never have taken another man's life. On the contrary, my father's life was taken by the Reaper. Okay. Because we have the papers. Izuma, what do you make of this? There's only one place. Oh, God damn it. Well, it is evidence, but it's from your father, so please just shut up. Okay, for now, I feel that I might be done here. The problem is I have like 3 people standing around. I have the governor of the jail. I have Zoggy, and I have this guy. 77. Oh no, 78%. I fucking love it. I can just see what's going on. It's like I love it. I don't even need my computer on. What should I go? Like, he's still there. There's no one there. He's done. I'm gonna go and see if there's anything new here. My nose is very sensible. Absolutely. Converse. Okay, yeah, okay, we're done there. Shit. Shit, what am I supposed to do then? What do I have? Like, the only thing I have that is new. What happens if you put a hand under it when it's printing? Does it burn? Fucking hell. I can see the heat of the nozzle. It is on 200 fucking degrees, turtle girl. Yes, it will hurt. It will burn me. Does it burn? Yeah, it does. So yeah, it does. Like, I have like taken up the plastic, and yes, the plastic is hot, especially when it becomes like a lump of it. But yeah, you should not touch the nozzle. Like, it literally says on the plastic here. It literally says from another. I believe it's, by the way, a misprint, because it says that the degrees on the melting point for the plastic is 190 to 120, which doesn't really make sense. Also, the standard thing for an PLA, especially in Cura, is literally 200 degrees. So, yeah, trust me, I touched my hand on that little metal thing, and it's gonna hurt a lot. But yeah, so it's literally like, it's melting plastic. You like need an oven and shit for melting plastic, so. But yeah, I can understand, like, you don't know, like, you don't really know stuff like that. I didn't know, well, I actually did kinda know, but I couldn't only get it to 190 before. I don't know what I'm doing. Do it for the lulz. I just read that, like, right this time. I'm not gonna touch it, fucking hell. Like, you already know I burned my hand on goddamn cooking oil. Like, Jesus. Luckily, it's kind of just stung for a moment. But let's see, I lost a lot of skin that day. What am I gonna do? Oh, wait a second. I'm gonna do this. You use laser cutters. Oh, that's kind of cool though. Anyway, it's kind of the same principle, other than it's literally just like, instead of melting something and printing, it's literally just melting or burning it. But yeah, like this thing isn't real. Like, this thing is expensive, but it's kind of funny because it wasn't like I said I wanted to that I wished for a 3D printer in birthday present. The thing is, I don't know what to wish for. The thought of just like the discussion of I had to get a new 3D printer came up when we discussed stuff, and my father literally said, "Do you want one for a birthday gift?" I was like, I kind of want to say yes and no, because it might be expensive, so no. But yes, because it would be fun to have one. I literally just said, yeah, it cost like $250. And literally he said like, oh, I thought it would be it would be worse. So we came up to the conclusion, I got that. And I'm gonna be honest, I do not regret it. There's a lot of skin, like there was a lot of skin showing, or there was a lot of skin that was missing from my body, Gani. There was a lot of skin missing from my hand. Like, when I burned, I didn't burn my hand as in the flesh, we say so. I only burned the skin part with cooking oil. So that's why, by the way, I don't have a scar on my hand, because it literally just took the skin off. And yes, we are... The scary videos it's done there, but we haven't done it yet, so I'm gonna let it be there. But it's 3 more. 3 more followers until we're gonna do the tabletop games. And then 350 for Danganronpa 2. Okay, so what am I doing, by the way? I don't know really what I'm doing. I wish to show someone something, but I cannot show him that, and I cannot show this guy that. And I got the thing from him. What do I have for items that are new? Yeah, it kinda was. Sure, if I wouldn't take care of it, it would probably be bad. Because it was an open wound. It was literally called an open wound. I'm actually gonna cheat because I don't really know right now. Oh, also, apparently I had my my Chrome open and I saw something because I discussed it before when you weren't here. But I kind of just misdid some stuff. First of all, she's not holding anything. It's just her hand movement. The Great Ace Attorney to Chronicle. But yeah, I believe the people there. I think he's holding a fan. It looks like a folded fan. Twisted Karma and his last bow. And Prisoner is this one. But yeah, so I more or less just I didn't know how bad it was because I didn't really check, but I knew it was pretty bad because I had like I didn't really have a bad wound when I was younger, but I have something I had to like cover up at some point because of like bacteria and stuff. So I believe they thought it was much a smaller thing because they said it's normal to get burned by cooking oil, but this was like this goddamn whole part of it. So I literally just put a glove on and kept it safe in there. Then when I got home, I took off the glove and was like, yeah, I'm just gonna clean it. And then just for safety, because I didn't want to be with an open wound in bed and like just, oh, I'm gonna get dust and shit there. I literally just put it in a goddamn plastic bag. Not joking. So I made sure at least to do that. Okay, the mystery of the... what am I doing? Day 2. Talk to Iris. Move to Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. Talk to Strongheart. Move to prison. Talk to Seek. Talk to Kazuma. Present autopsy report. Why do I need to do... I know where the fuck it is. We have been there before. Also, we're gonna meet... her name was Dr. Scythe, right? It's not like Scythe as that is her first name. Her last name is Scythe, right? I don't fully remember. I believe it was that, because apparently her daughter is called Gory Scythe. And I'm not kidding you. Her goddamn name is Gory Scythe. This came up in a trial, didn't it? As something a little dubious, I mean. The fact that no time of death was recorded by Inspector Gregson's autopsy report. Yeah, like Jesus, her name, Gory Scythe. Like, like I wasn't worried before. Like that's I've said it before. There's something with her that is intriguing because I want to know more just because she has a mask on. Like I want to know like about her. But at the same time, because of her wanting to normally cut me open while I'm still alive, I kind of also want to back the fuck off. The idea that the victim died the previous day at some other location is quite something. Well, considering when the pocket watch had stopped, and the scorch marks on the candle, it's certainly a distinctive possibility. The evidence and the scene both point to it. Oh yeah, a bit. Absolutely. I don't know how that came up before, but I just went on YouTube and stuff, and someone I've been following for a long time that recently mostly just play Fortnite a lot. I haven't watched him a lot because lately it's just been Fortnite, and though I don't hate the game, I'm not so much into the game. Apparently, He's gonna become a goddamn English VTuber. I just don't know if it's gonna be... If it's gonna be all on all, or if it's just gonna be... Or if it's gonna be all, like, full on. I'm not joking. It's literally like new English VTuber debut in 6th day, May 15. It's so interesting to see someone I have been following since 2013 just, oh, I'm gonna be a VTuber. Like, I'm not, and it's him, by the way. It's a him. It's him. But it's just like, it's not like I hate it. It's not like I, oh, okay, that's odd. It's like, it's intriguing. Like, oh, you have done this for like so many years. And I don't know how long VTuber been doing. It's been kinda recently, but not too much. And it's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a VTuber in just 5 days. Like, the fuck? Okay, fair square. I don't know. He is actually from Britain, by the way. I don't know where the hell he is from, though. His name is In the Littlewood on YouTube. So if you're curious about like, well, where he's from and stuff like that, then go and check that. But I don't know from where. Oh, him! Yeah, Gabby, I've heard about him. Ah, yeah, Turtle Girl as well. I follow him a lot because of like, I followed the Yogscast a lot before. And I literally was like following him because I enjoyed him. He joined, I believe he joined Yogscast when I followed him. Yeah, exactly. A lot of mostly just Minecraft, then mostly just Fortnite. Still some Minecraft here and there, especially big events, but not like just side things. And now VTuber. Like, fair. I have said that I may try to do VTubering in the future. I might do that as a big, and I mean a big hell of a goal. But I might try it on and see how it goes. Just because I'm curious. I'm just like curious how it is. But else is like, I like my streams. It's not like I want to change, like, yeah, I want to become a VTuber because fame, support and shit like that. I'm just would try it because of like testing it out. See like what's happening, what's going on, like how is it? But if I actually would do that on like a stream, I might just do like a big goal, because if people would want to see that for like a week, not a week, feels rather small, like a month or something, perhaps even more, then I feel like a big goal for that would be good. Not just like, yeah, I'm 10 followers, but like more than that, just because of. But else, I like my streamers how they are. I do enjoy the connections I have with VTubers and stuff like that. Maybe then you can actually be a part of the BabyTuber or whatever it was that your teammate mentioned you in. Yeah, a BabyTuber. I am actually Yoko Pokemon's BabyTuber now. She actually, the funny part is that I don't count my followers really as most other people's, because I would say half of my followers are rather empty and doesn't come around at all. Because I know, like, when you, Turtle Girl, helped me out doing the follower thing on Reddit, I'm pretty certain I got like 99. And I believe like 99 of those is like, they're not even ever around at all. It's literally just like, oh yeah, like kind of just bot following kind of stuff. But Joko actually, not long ago, surpassed me in followers. No problem at all. Like, that's not your fault at all. Like, I am happy you actually try to support me as the best you can. Like, that's no worries at all. Like, it's literally just like they did that and then that happened. That doesn't matter at all. Yeah. Also, I don't believe I am the only non-VTuber. I believe there are other non-VTubers as well, because there was a discussion about that a few days ago, I believe, on her stream. And I literally just like, oh yeah, I do other non-VTubers as well. And I literally just answered in chat, yeah, like, ah, that's me. It's like me. Like, yeah. It's kind of confusing though how fucking integrated I am with the goddamn VTuber community in a sense. Like literally, just because I joined in a Among Us stream or some other stream, I literally was invited to a channel on Discord that's literally is like VTubers collab server. It's like, I feel like a fucking alien in here. Oh, but I just love, like, I just love like, I love them as persons because all the VTubers I have met and interacted with, they're great people. Like, I am not a VTuber, so I know there are many things. Like, I know, like, some VTuber has, like, Minecraft servers and shit like that, and they have the rule that they only have VTubers because then they know the people a bit more and stuff like that. And that is actually absolutely a fair goddamn point. Like, I have no complaints about that at all. But it's so fun how, like, goddamn integrate I've become with VTubers, even though I am not VTubering. And they're amazing people. I enjoy speaking to them directly or even just in their chat. Like, doesn't matter how. I absolutely enjoy them as persons. It's kind of fun also how much I've been talking now and then. I have not done any voices. I can't let you do that, Kizuma. I know you do what you have to as a lawyer. But I'm sure I don't need to tell you that I won't be taking any prisoners in court. I wouldn't expect nothing less. Trust me, I've been against the Reaper. Also, have you tried this wine? Does it taste like blood? Go. Echo. What the hell is Echo? Can I move now? Yes! Thank you. There we go, we're gonna get me Dr. Scythe. No, Miss Gory Scythe. Woo. Okay, so explain something I don't know you were here for. I don't remember. Dr. Scythe cannot take any visitors, so her daughter has taken over her work. Whoa. Yikes, I do love the skeleton actually hanging on a goddamn rope. This place is really creepy, isn't it?
Well, being a dead room, it's probably full of the spirits of the deceased.
Fair point. How much is it left? Oh, 97, 97. 97, I will soon show like how it looks when it's done.
Well, being a dead room, the coroner probably needs a bold scent like that to mask the odor of death.
Iris, do you think we could change the subject? I do love she's just like, Sorry, I had to stop up because I hate that fucking song. It's not like I hate it. It's just like, I know who is in here. I know what they asked of us. And I hear a fucking knife being sharpened. I just feel like, I'm gonna fucking head away from here. Like, goodbye.
What was that?
Also, why does it sound more distant? Whoa. Her hairdo, though. Yo. Are you gonna take it? Oh, you have a mask on. Yeah, you still have a mask on. Oh, okay.
What?
That noise before.
I was sharpening my tools. I'd be a dead meat if I didn't keep a perfectly keen edge on them.
Right. Oh, it's doing the head now. It doesn't move at all. It's just like... Right. Also, I don't believe you sharpen like that. I'm pretty certain they become dull like that.
When I'm following the college fibers on the dermis, an extremely sharpened scalpel cuts like cheese. Would I like a demonstration? Oh, yes, please. I'd love to see.
then
Then I think you'll do nicely.
no, no, I wouldn't do nicely at all. I mean, maybe some other time. Are you nuts? Do you understand? Like, just seeing her with a mask and shit is literally like, I want to know more. You look pale as hell though, as your mother. Because I don't know really where your hair ends, but it looks like it ends here. And it's like the rest is just... You're like a fucking vampire. But I'm still intrigued, like, to do more. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I don't want to. Well, we came here for a question, so... time of death. We have actually met before. I'm a lawyer, if you remember.
You're not dead yet.
What?
So Mama said I wasn't to cut you open. She's so strict about things like that.
Are you pretty certain you're not the goddamn Reaper? Kinda sound like it. Also, gory scythe. Kinda makes sense, you know. Well, good. But the scythe has some scruples at least. Or something.
Oh dear. It looks like she's not interested in talking to us. For the time being, anyway.
For the time being, you mean until we die? Oh, that's a way off. Sorry, but I wasn't planning on dying anytime soon. Dr. Gory. We actually came here to ask you about... Also, I'm gonna check your goddamn name. Can I see your goddamn name now? I want to see if that's actually... Whoa! Okay, that's her face. She looks nice. Oh, Maria... No, her name is Maria Gory. I thought it was Gory Scythe. So, Scyther is probably her first name. God damn it. I thought it would be Gory Scythe. It would be making so much sense. It's a Maria Gory. Her name is Maria Gory. Yeah, she looks nice. Even though, like, the goddamn knives. The likes. Just likes. Yikes. Jesus fucking Christ, what am I trying to say here? Dr. Gory, we actually came here to ask you about this.
He was very good.
Sorry?
His skin didn't snag my blade once. And a very little mess. His joints dislocated easily and his muscle tissues was a pleasure to work with.
3D printer's done. I'm gonna distract myself because this is getting kind of fucking creepy. This is getting... There we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that got a bit messed up, but that's fine. The only thing that kind of got messed up with this was the bow top, but the bow top is literally like a fucking... It's literally like a smallest thing ever. So I don't know if you can literally see this, but this is the figure. But if you can see how thick it is on the front, it's because it actually has a... It has a support that is called just tree support. Because it touches only small areas, so you don't need to, like, taking off a big part of it. Oh, there is my snippets. We can skip those details. Sorry. Just gonna snip some places. So I can tell it, like, where to put support. Because it's like wherever it is a very narrow edge. For example, if it's more than 45 degrees or something. So I'm just gonna try and take this loose. I'm trying to find where it's like gets stuck. Where the hell is it stuck somewhere? That's done. Sorry, I'm just gonna fiddle around with this a bit, because it's like. Ah! Fiddly. What the fuck? There's a contact point some here. I just don't know where it is. It's fucking loose though. Are you sure it's a contact point somewhere? It's like it's stuck somewhere, but it doesn't have a contact point. So it's like, ah, there we go. Ah, it doesn't have a contact point. It's just like kind of stuck there. Hold on. Got these with me. Fucking brilliant. There we go. I got another one. I got another bow thing. The top here is broken off, but that was because it was too small, so the print didn't get really there. It's it's so fucking amazing. It took 1 hour and 52 minutes to do this. It takes a long time, probably because this, as you see here, the big thing, that's actually the tree. So there are some small things like by my thumb here or up here, that's like small parts that goes out to just a small touch point, so it can start printing from there instead of like yeah, I know. I'm gonna do that. It kind of looks like the last one. It's actually the same model. Oh. Also, I found another contact point, but it's a contact point that comes from the leg. Because there is no contact point on that. I'm gonna check something. I'm kind of curious about something. Hold on. Oh, I don't have it in here. Let me just check something a bit quick. I'm a bit curious about the contact volume. About this. I'm just gonna go to my book Archer, because that's what it is. There we go. I'm gonna slice it just so I can see. But I'm gonna send another picture of this. It looks similar to the other one, but it's great. Like, this part is a bit vaguely odd shaped, but that's kind of fine, because I'm pretty certain you should technically have like a printed bed on it as well. Oh, she reacted on it not having any time. Nice.
That's not my fault.
Oh, that made me jump.
Then please tell us what happened.
But yeah, I know it's hard to see because my camera does an auto exposure, which is bullshit. So why doesn't this autopsy report include the victim's time of death then? It's really the most crucial detail.
I was told not to write it.
What? By whom?
Mail Strongheart, the Lord Chief Justice. He came here.
I was like, I can technically... Do I have my phone? My phone is over there. So I'm gonna send it later after stream at least.
He said that the witness statement about the gunshot and the other evidence, it was obvious. The man clearly died at 5 PM on the 1st November, when the gunshot was heard. But that's not the time of death you wrote on the report. You didn't write anything. Was there some reason you didn't include it?
Dr. Gore, if you're hiding something under Lord Strongheart's instructions, then sooner or later you're going to go the same way as your mother.
Give it here then.
Huh? She's just scribing it down like, here. Here you have the full report. Well, she's up to goddamn work here. Fucking great for her.
There.
You've written...
What? What's written? Tell us.
Indeterminate.
But...
Indeterminate? Why is it indeterminate? Could you stop doing that? Like... Your persona is fine, but I don't like the knives hanging around here. What do you mean by that? Why is the time of death indeterminate?
When the specimen was brought in, it was still fresh. So the time of death could easily have coincided with a gunshot was heard. But there was one small discrepancy. There was some fried fish in the pocket of the specimen's overcoat. And that fish had started to rot.
What?
If the victim liked fresh fried fish, he presumably liked to eat it before it went off.
What?
Is it possible that someone tried to manipulate the apparent time of death?
Manipulate the... Is that even possible?
Theoretically, if you were to shield the body in ice, you could delay the onset of putrefaction. And if the overcoat wasn't on the body at the time,
Then only the fish would have started to rot.
with today's science, it's not yet possible to determine if the body was shielded or not.
Flash freezed, goddammit. But today's science advanced enough to let you freeze a corpse, it seems.
But surely, to shield a corpse like that would require an enormous electrical refrigerator. And I do not imagine many households in London have equipped with such devices.
No, definitely not.
Oh no, definitely not. But maybe in a factory, or some other special place. I don't recall seeing any factories of such a like on Francis Street though. I wonder if the inspector's body had been shielded somehow. What might have actually happened, actually time of death been? I wouldn't say for sure. But at the most, it would have been a day earlier.
No.
In other words, it would corroborate on your previous deduction, Miss Naruto. That Inspector Gregson was killed a day before his body was discovered at a different location.
Did you inform Lord Strongard of this possibility?
He simply said that there was no electrical refrigerators on that size in the vicinity.
He is fucking hiding something. We're starting to get another one-band karma thing here. Oh yes, one other thing. It's something Governor of the Barclay prison told us. He said that your mother, Dr. Scythe, was responsible for confirming the death of the professor of this execution.
The professor?
Apparently you always enjoyed listening to your mother's stories about her work, so... We were wondering if you know something about what happened 10 years ago.
That's not all Mama did.
Sorry?
My Mama carried out the autopsy of Clint Van Seeks as well.
What? Really? Look at her eyes as well, she fucking loves it. Jesus. The brother of Lord Van Seeks, the professor's final victim.
The idea of carrying out the autopsy on a member of the aristocracy.
I have no idea how to pronounce that.
Aristocracy was completely unthinkable back then. But the detective in charge of the investigation insisted, and he was miraculously authorized. The detective being Inspector Gregson, of course.
Quite an accomplished accomplishment for one man.
The autopsy provided the vital clue needed to arrest the killer. And Mama was there for the historical event.
What does all this mean?
You know, that amazing autopsy happened right here in this very room. With the professor and Clint Van Seeks. They both spent their final moments before the burial on that dissection table there. So this lab, Mama's lab, was instrumental in some of the country's most important events.
Jesus. I don't know if she's pried by the work or if pried what's going on in here. I wonder if you'd tell us more about exactly what happened back then, Dr. Grigori. Oh, more! Nice. Sorry, I just heard a scream.
The professor's execution was Mama's first big case. She had to be in the attendance at Barclay Prison execution chamber. I signed a certificate to confirm the convict's death. Mama is the best coroner in the world, you know. I was so proud of her.
But execution didn't actually take place.
No, and what's worse still, Mama actually helped with the jailbreak. I didn't want to know. Oh dear, you found out recently, you mean?
I was just gonna check this list here. Processing layers. Doesn't seem to be anything there. It's just managed to do it somehow. Someone managed to print the cloth in between the legs. I feel like though it's very fucking big though, this thing. Like holy shit. You saw the tree. It's like very big, the tree. Even it's very hollow. Like I can squish this thing. And it's like fucking breaks. Especially the big part. The small part up here is more firm.
I believed in her, in Mama, but now I wonder if starting down the same path
You mean because you omitted the time of death on this autopsy report? But that's because Lord Strongheart forbade you from including it.
just like Mama. I'm sure she was coerced by somebody too.
Yes, that's my feeling as well.
There's no doubt that the powerful forces at play 10 years ago. The execution wouldn't have been staged without a lot of people at the prison knowing about it. Obviously, the prison governor must have been in on it as well. The big man with the little handcuffs. According to what he told us, he was tricked by the chief warder. He says he knew nothing about it. Of course he said that. I'd say the same thing.
Because it was behind the jailbreak all those years ago. So, Clint's autopsy. You mentioned the autopsy Clint Van Seeks.
It was at a time when carrying out autopsies of murder victims was very unusual. It still doesn't practice observed in our country, even now. It turned out that he was the professor's final victim. And when the autopsy was performed, Mama was present, although only as a secondary assistant. The person leading the procedure was called Dr. J.H. Wilson. That's right, my daddy. And there was one other present, the primary assistant. He was a visiting student from the Far East.
Wait, a visiting student?
He must have been my father, Eugene Makotobak. Huh. But the outcome of that historic autopsy was a discovery of a vital piece of evidence that led to the capture of the professor.
Sorry, I managed to drop my controller here. Do you happen to know anything about that piece of evidence? Can you tell us any more?
Would you like to see the records for yourself?
Well, would that be alright?
What's the point of keeping records if people can't look at them?
You're the most kindest, murderous person I've ever goddamn heard.
They're filed under V in the back of those cupboards with the other records from the last decade.
Thank you. In a sense, she's very nice. Even though she kind of freaks me out with the knives. That's strange.
What? What, Miss Naruto?
They aren't there. There's nothing on the van seats.
There must be.
Perhaps somebody took them away.
No, no one's allowed to take documents related to the Professor Kate out of this room. But you're right, they're gone.
Well, when was the last time somebody looked at them? Do you remember?
It was... Oh yes, I remember now. It was 2 years ago. A consulting detective came one day, saying that he liked to see the records.
No. You... Oh my fucking god. You steal the fucking thing!
Do you think he stole the records? Oh no, surely not. Iris, that can't be right, can it?
Iris? Sholmes, you have been hiding so much shit from us, so I am gonna have to punch you.
Mr. Runo, I hope you don't mind, but
What is it, Iris?
I just remembered something very important I have to do. I'm going to have to leave now. Leave you now. Oh, this is very sudden, Iris. We'll come with you then. Oh, no, there's no need. You and Runo can take your time here. Bye now then. Good luck. Wait a minute. Little girl. Oh, me? I remember now. You've been here before, haven't you?
Have you, Iris?
Yes, 2 years ago, when that detective came. You were with him, weren't you? You were a living specimen then too.
Okay, that's a way of saying it. Fine.
Was I? I don't really remember. Anyway, sorry, but I have the mustache.
Wait, Iris.
I'll brew up a pot for you when you get home.
And we get home before you and wait for you there. What's the matter with her? Did she do something? Yeah, she's behaving strangely, like no joke there. It was nice meeting you, actually. Like, meeting you, and not a mask. Even though you could drop the knife and stuff.
It's been quite a while since I had any visitors. This was really fun. But next time you come, I'd prefer if you were ready for a dissection.
I can't make any promises. Sorry. That's very strange. I both like her and don't like her at the same time. Like, she literally helped us with the documents. She, like, everything she helped with, it's just like her personality is, like, scaring the wits out of us. Okay, hold on, where am I going? No, that's the governor's office. No, it's not here anymore. What the fuck? Okay, Sholmes. Oh, there's no one here. Hold on, I have no idea what's going on there. Okay, what to do? Nah. Done been there. Pretty certain there's no one here. I'm just gonna go around and see where there are like people. Looking for people. There has to be something. I've been there. The prison, perhaps. Nope, no one here. Francis Street room. Anyone here? Update. Yes, here we're supposed to be. Don't know why we're back here, but alright. The police are still busily investigating in there.
But Gina's nowhere to be seen. Gina's nowhere to be seen. Where is she?
Yes, it has been blissfully quiet, hasn't it? Perhaps she's out investigating on her own, practicing what her boss taught her.
Well, I should be back before long. Shall we wait?
Actually, the bag is new. There's something different about this room since the last time we were here, isn't there? Yeah, the bag now, I just realized that. Whose bag is that? Did you bring lunch with you or something? This little trunk wasn't here before, was it?
Oh, it appears to be made of metal. It must be very heavy. I wonder whom it belongs.
Open it. Or ask where it came from. There are some initials here. Tobias Gregson. It's Tobias. Okay. I'm not gonna do a voice. I believe it's Gina. But yeah, it was Gina.
That's my trunk, that is. Hands off.
It's not your trunk. It's TG. What? Where were you hiding?
I don't know, if you're leaving something unattended for a few seconds, and even Tom Dixon, Uri's got his greedy eyes on it.
Just a wild guess, Gina, but...
Well, spit out, Odo.
Is it fair to say that you were only owned the trunk since this morning's trial?
What are you trying to say? Come on, this trunk has been with me everywhere, always has. Where you been the last year?
Try not to incur your wrath, mainly. Well, it's not yours. I know it's TG, Tobias Gregson. But hi, Gina. I do enjoy talking to you here.
Usually I hear them talking out the yard now. They should be ashamed of themselves. They're saying that it was the boss who killed all of them, but bludges.
You mean the whole Reaper thing?
Yeah. Apparently, the boss was investigating stuff that no one else in the yard knew nothing about. Stuff to do with all the criminals who got scot-free.
Yeah, the ones prosecuted by Lord Van Seeks. Also, I'm kinda uncertain about that because he literally wanted Gina out of this place anyway. Like, he wanted Gina in France and shit, so I feel it might not be, actually.
Well, then obviously it was that blooming rapist giving the orders, weren't it?
But why would people be suspecting Gregson of being involved in the killings?
There was nobody enough in his office.
Oh no, this doesn't sound good.
It detailed all about the crimes that were been pegged as the Reaper's work.
What?
No. Did you see it, Gina? Did you see that notebook? They wouldn't flaming let me, because I'm just an apprentice apparently. It was me who found it, and it was my boss. That's right. That's pretty miffle about it, so I sneaked a peek at what it said anyway.
Also, we're just gonna turn on my fan. The funny part is that if I actually would mixture with the placement of everything on my older 3D printer, it would freak out. It doesn't matter here because it literally just sets itself on place. It's like, oh yeah, I'm fine here. Here's my start point. Fucking brilliant. So you managed to see what I've been written in Gregson's secret notebook anyway, did you?
Why, I see it. It's my right to read what he wrote. What have you written, Gina? Dates, times, places, names. And a long list of them. All the about the bludgeons supposed to have been done by a Reaper. But there could be an explanation for that. Perhaps it was a record of the inspector's investigation to the Reaper's activities. Exactly, that was what I said. Was the first thing you'd think, right? As it happens, it was full of names I recognized anyway. Well, the Reaper's targets were almost exclusively known leaders of London's criminal underworld. Well, yeah, but there was one name right at the end that was a bit odd. At the end of the list, you mean? I'm pretty sure that the date against it was the 1st of October. Oh, the day before Inspector was found dead. So what was the odd name? It's really like a name I've seen before. There's something like, nah, it's no good, I can't remember it. I think it was an English name. Put it that way. Oh dear, what a pity. There's something else too, I know about this. But the same name keeps coming up over and over. Shin, it was. I don't suppose it means anything, but... Yeah, assassin. Did you say Shin? Eh? What? It does mean something. Lord Van Seeks knew the name too. He mentioned her as well. The woman who actually did the deeds. And now we found out her name appeared in Gregson's secret notebook. We haven't seen you for a while, have we, Gina? Of course not. I've been busy, ain't I? Investigating and all. The last at the yard trying to trace the boss's movements the day before it happened. The day before... That would be the undercover investigation into the red-headed league then. Only boss didn't go, did he? He found out some girl was pretending to be him, didn't you, though? Yes, it was Mr. Vigil who actually went to the park on Lime Street that day, posing as Gregson. I'm trying to just sit there and figure out stuff out. That's my models. I'm scratching myself here. Well, anyway, you ain't the only one turning stuff up. I got my own way of getting results. Yay, Toby! I fucking love Toby. He's so adorable. When me and my partner here get together, there's nothing we can track down. Oh, little Toby. He's such a faithful friend. I love little Toby. He's so adorable. So, have you tracked anything down then? What do you think, eh? Yes, we have. Can't you tell, though? Police business, innit? I love Toby. I love her with Toby at the same time. It's like just adorable. Anyway, the point is, if you lot ever need any help, you know who to turn to, right? Me and the L-Hound here. L-Hound. I just love how he like looks up when she just puts him down, just like goodbye. Gina, about your Hellhound there. Toby's back. Chief Inspector Toby, you mean? He's a pride of the force, he is. I love that. In Japanese, police dogs mean something quite different, and not altogether nice to those involved in crime. But their Britain is a wonderful compliment, it seems, for a canine at least. It should be. After all, in the great exhibition case the other day, it was Toby who had managed to locate Drebber's workshop. Maybe it's time for another demonstration of what the Super Dog can do, eh? Do you have something the Chief Inspector would catch a scent of, I wonder? That's his watch. We know where this come from. But it's a bit odd about the wig then.
Take that!
Well, it's Chief Inspector Toby, if you wouldn't mind having a sniff of this. It might be a little too keen, don't you think? Chief Inspector made a short work of Gina there. I just love how he just like holds it as a gun, more or less. I just like turns back to her like, oh shit. It was like I don't know how. I felt fear in her eyes, like oh shit. Yeah, look what he's gone to.
Oh my, that trunk really still has a very strong scent of Inspector Gregson.
In other words, it must have belonged to him. I didn't actually think that would happen, but actually that's a fair point. We wanted to prove that at the same time. Fair and square, I say.
Oh, alright, it's fair coup, I suppose.
And you nearly got away with it too, if it wasn't for your meddling dog. Oh god.
You always talk proudly of Chief Inspector Toby's nose and what he can achieve. Did not cross your mind that he might identify something that was right next to us? Yeah, that was a bit of a balloon, weren't it?
That's enough now, then, Gina. I think it's time you told us the truth about that trunk.
It weren't like that. It just weren't.
What were you talking about?
I know what's going through the head of yours, but that ain't what happened.
Alright then, what did happen? You can start telling us that at least.
Well, like I said before, we're trying to trace the boss's movements. So let Toby have a sniff of the boss' overcoat. As soon as he done that, he went off like a shot. Straight to that sandwich.
Not a bag of chips.
Mr. Naruhodo, I believe Gina means the witness.
Yeah, they call him sandwich. Oh, I forgot about that sandwich.
Yeah, they're hidden between them wooden boards of his. The boss's trunk.
Huh. Okay, you mean they heard that sound like a gunshot and all piled in here.
Exactly, nabbed it from the scene. Goodness. Me and the Chief Inspector gave that sandwich a good grilling, you know, for what it said.
What did it say? I thought it might fetch a good price, and for the chap wouldn't be needing it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
With Adam and Eve the cheek off it, eh? Stealing the dead boss's stuff with flog.
So Miss Venus wasn't the only one in meddle with the scene of the crime then?
How could they?
So anyway, that's
all it happened. It's a pretty decent trunk, so I figured I might as well make use of it. Is there something wrong with that, eh?
Yeah, maybe you and Mr. Sandwich should try to find the answer to that question together.
Well, she has a fair point.
For first of all, it was Gregson. Gregson did seem to like her a lot, and it's not like she's selling it, she's using it.
I think perhaps that trunk should be turned over to the police, don't you? What you on about? I am the police.
Gina, if you wouldn't mind, could we maybe examine it?
Yeah, alright then.
Do what you want with it. It's not like we're gonna take it anyway.
Thank you. We shall make a detailed record of examination of the evidence.
We have Gregson's trunk. Toby? Why is he acting so aggressively towards me all of a sudden?
Mr. Harold, be careful. It must be the trunk.
Ah!
Toby! Oi, Toby, what are you doing? You're gonna lick his face off. Gina, quickly, hail a carriage.
What fuck happened? I saw a dog and I think I died. What fuck happened? Why did Toby attack me like that? What happened? Also, I fainted by being attacked by a pup.
Oh, Miss Naruto, are you alright?
Mr. Sato. Ah, conscious again at last. A blessed relief, my dear fellow. After all, to drop dead after a moderate licking by a small terrier. Most unseemly. Yeah, he got licked to death. Also, why did Toby react like that? The fuck?
What is or isn't seemingly irrelevant here, Mr. Sholmes?
It's Gina here because I'm very curious about what the heck was going on there.
I'm so...
Well, also, do we still have that in the court record? We do. Okay, I'm gonna examine it now. Oh, what is that? There's a big ass hole there. You've seen this huge gash across the side of the trunk here. But yeah, he got licked to death. What the fuck? It went right through the leather and into the metal behind.
Gosh, for a metal chest like this to have been so badly damaged. Whatever made this gash was stuck inside of the trunk with a considerate force.
I have no idea. Could that be a bullet or something? Can we open it? It's locked. No, it's not locked. Ooh, is this a makeup thing? Whoa. Oh my god, it's a blade! It's a part of a goddamn blade. You see that? There's something stuck inside of the trunk here. It's glinting.
It looks like a fragment of metal of some sort.
Didn't we have something like this before in the first game or something? They had like a knife you could like pop up and the top was missing. Yeah, it was. It was when they threw the knife out the window. A part had managed to got into the pipe.
But it's wedged in so tightly, it can't remove it.
Well, don't cut yourself. You better leave it, I think. What do we have in here? Ooh. Just like see here, it's like there's something red here. Ooh, blood. Look at this dark stain here. Do you think?
Yes, I'm afraid so. I think it's blood.
Ugh, I knew we were going to say that. That presumably means...
But this was a present at the scene when Inspector Gregson was killed. It's the most logical conclusion, yes?
I think Gina had been carrying this around with her. I didn't think any better. I suppose it looked like a grease stain from all the fish and chips. Is this like a makeup kit? It kind of looks like that. I don't know. It looks like a disguise kit or something. Look, there's something inside.
Oh, let's see. It appears to be a passport, authorizing him to travel overseas.
Was Inspector Gregson about to go on a trip abroad?
Perhaps the date of departure might tell us something. That was... Oh!
What's this?
It was for the travel the 31st of October. Just one day before the incident.
What? Really? Interesting. France the day before his body was discovered. Doesn't seem to be anything more in here. I think we've gotten everything, right? I think we got everything.
I'm so glad there is no lasting damage. How do you feel?
I'm fine, thank you. Did you bring me back here? Oh, was this my head? A bandage? Sadly, we have no eyes. So that's compressive sugar water. Sugar water?
Don't worry, Miss Naruto. It's a first aid treatment that my father taught me.
Oh, thank you. So, let us take tea when you're feeling up. But of course, no sugar in the patient's cup. The bump on my head is throbbing sweetly enough. Don't worry.
Whenever you feel ready, then.
I'm gonna get some tea. Also, Iris, we have some matter to discuss, don't we? I just heard some squeakies. Huh? I got so fucking confused when I heard someone's voice. Is this German? Is he drunk? What sort is going on here? Am I having a bad dream? It kinda fucking look like it. It's Mr. Mikotobak looking like the masked sheriff. Iris looking down on a broken vase. What happened? Ah, no. It's an old German folk song. Rather fine redemption, I think. It was German. It's kind of throwing me off a bit. That's the last of my concerns.
Iris.
What's going on? Iris, what's the matter? What is the matter? What's going on here?
Who's that that relaxed gentleman over there?
It's your father. Iris, is she even listening? Excuse me, sir. I do apologize for troubling you while it's just singing to merrily, but would you be kind enough to explain the situation? It looks like Mikotobak. Oh, it's not him that's actually singing, it's the goddamn gramophone in the background. He is like knocked out cold. A crooning gentleman and a mute young girl are rather tantalizing juxtaposition, and one that appears to have incited the gods of deduction within me to find their voices too. Or even Iris. I don't think Iris wanted to... Yeah, Iris is hiding something. The strains of reasoning within me plays now as a delightful duet. One melody sings of reunion full of nostalgia, while is the other is a Morse theme about the great secrets you're trying to desperately conceal, Iris. She's not hiding it. It's like she's hiding something in her mouth.
So unusual. You instantly see in the very heart of the matter.
And by the time my own brief performance is over, I feel sure this gentleman's song will reach its finale. So then, to music land where all sweetness and delicacy and harmony. Pray do enjoy Herlock Sholm's latest logic and reasoning spectacular. It feels like it was a long time ago we had this. First, we consider the gentleman's nationality. Clearly he's German, with no grasp of English language. He is Japanese and we know him very well. I just don't know why the hell he's drunk as shit. So why is the man here at all? And in such an apparently high spirits? He is like stone cold out. The answer, of course, is Iris. It's clearly known to you. Indeed. We only need to follow the gaze of those bright young eyes to unravel the particular part of this mystery. The reason for the man's mildly irritating barbling is the revealed by the herbal tea. You obviously offer the German guest a cup of your latest herbal blend. The tea's delicatable flavor has made this man's spirits and resolves in this joyful ditty tumbling in incessantly from his lips. He doesn't even move his lips. I eagerly await sampling the flavor myself. that I may join the fellow in a state of elation. You have something in your mouth. You're hiding something in your mouth, Iris. Because it's not like you're just being silent. You're literally like... You're like trying not to spit something out. As it happens, a number of years ago now, a certain gentleman of German origin engaged my services in solving a particular delicate case. It required the retrieval of a letter once sent to acquaintance that might have been proved problematic. In order to conceal his noble identity, he also arrived at my office in a mask. The gentleman's name was Wilhelm Gottreich Sigmund von Ormstein. Jesus, that's a name. The King of Germany. Like, you see, it's not like she's just saying no or something. It's like she's just reacting. If my memory serves, the mask worn by this gentleman is identical. Yes, there can be no question. Nah. It will appear that His Majesty remembers the fine service I afforded him, as he decided to show his face again, mask and all, in order to express his gratitude. And she just stays back there like, oh shit. So the end of this masked visitor is my former client, King of Germany. Indeed, his son is currently in London as well, enjoying the wonders of the Great Exhibition. That's true though. That's actually true. We have met him. Which leaves us with one remaining imponderable yes. You, young Iris. But your apparently inexplicable silence is unable to hide the truth. Yes, the reason of your motherness is concealed inside your knapsack. A £5 note, I believe. I must say, as a compatriot, I'm deeply saddened. It would appear that you have allowed yourself to be bribed into silence by His Royal Highness, earning yourself some spending money in exchange for keeping quiet about the King's secret. You see what I mean? It's like she doesn't say anything. And it's not like she's just want to be silent. It's like she can't speak. Well, there's a secret you strive to hide with your silence. Ah, yes. We only need to follow that brief involuntary twitch of your eyes to find the answer. What's that? You were attempting to abscond with that coffee cup. My favorite coffee cup, in fact. Or should I say the handle of my favorite coffee cup? It appeared that His High Spirit Highness broke it in the midst of his hygiene. Which leads us to the sad truth. I shall have a bill sent via the governmental channels to the journal. Jesus Christ. I do also have some favorite cups, to be honest. I have like 3 of them now. 4 if you count one glass. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this painful puzzle. I don't know why, but it's throwing me off. It's like when someone had Guru on, where it shows like people's clips, and someone apparently got thrown off by hearing another voice, and was like, all right, it actually doesn't show up, but it actually puts the sound out. It was like, why do I hear a sound? Why do I hear a voice? I feel the same thing right now. It's like, why do I hear singing? With your silence as well, the fellow's jovial warbling, rather the rings in the ears, does it not? Huh. Mr. Sholmes, I must say something that does rather trouble me. Pray, Mrs. do tell. His Royal Highness...
doesn't appear to have moved a muscle since we arrived.
And you haven't said a word either, Iris. If Mr. Sholmes has it all right, you might as well own up to it now. But you don't. Your reasoning isn't entirely without substance, I must admit. And one other thing, Mr. Sholmes. Yet another grievance, Miss Naruto. Surely not. Well, I actually read a story of that case recently. The one where you just described. And according to that at least, it wasn't the king of Germany. It was the king of Bohemia. Goodness, who was it?
Yes, that's quite true. Master Guts, the prince, testified that in court. In his words, I have come to see the great exhibition all the way from my home in Bohemia.
Oh, right, the prince and the king, okay. I would ask you to keep that minor error to yourself. It could easily become quite a scandal.
I believe, Miss Naruto. It's our turn to make some corrections to a number of minor errors that may have slipped in.
Yes, even Mr. Sholmes is willing to admit he might slightly wide the mark this time. Although it's clear that Iris is definitely hiding something. We need to find out the truth behind this mysterious scene. But one truth is incontrovertible. My favorite mug is no more. So, shall we remark on a joint presentation of Sherlock Holmes' logic and his reason are spectacular? I'm just checking the time. It's about to end soon. I'm probably gonna end it after this. I technically got an hour, like half an hour late because I got home around 5. It takes some time for my computers to start. But I feel like a bit knackered. Not like knackered, because actually I haven't yawned as much as I often do. I feel kind of like energetic in a sense. But perhaps it's best, not best, but like I just feel probably just good to like stop it here at the normal time. Especially after we have done this. This is at least a game I feel I can do that in a bit, or in a sense at least. Indeed, we only okay, we know about this. No, it's not the herbal tea. I almost feel for making some sort of like trinket to just have in my hands and stuff, because for some reason I'm that kind of person to just like to have stuff in my hand and just move it around a bit.
Goodness, I should like to try some.
I like to hear you sing, but this man, just how long does he intend to keep up with that tune, do you suppose?
As I said, he's been stuck still the entire time. And if you look closer, his lips aren't moving either.
Ah.
So I'm not sure that what's actually responsible for the spirited singing. But I suspect the answer lies in the end of Iris's gaze.
Hold on, it's just gonna... Oh, there we go. Wait, this...
It's a gramophone. Still rarely seen in our own country.
Can we turn it off, please? It might not be like a bad song, it's just... I've heard the thing over and over and over again. But machine singing, that can't be right.
Science and technology are changing the world rapidly, Miss Naruto. What's right is changing too.
Too much for my brain. I know, I actually kind of know the feeling.
Well, at least we found our answer.
Take that!
Yo, Aaron! Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm a bit more energy today, but I am soon... I'm just gonna finish this, because it is 8 o'clock here. I got a bit late with the stream, but... Why the joke drums? Also, fucking hell, that was loud. But yeah, welcome. How is your day? But I'm doing fine. I've just been 3D printing, so I have like this miniature here. I'm gonna send a picture, but I have one that looks the same on Discord already. It's pretty amazingly done, to be honest. It's a very good printer I got. But I'm doing fine. I'm just a bit tired and stuff because of schoolwork and things. Yeah, same here. Same here. Other than streaming, of course. Also, I have some like school stuff just popping up in my head that always makes me like worried and shit. But don't worry about that. You just have to brush it off. It's just me being an absolute nutcase. Yeah, the fellow is unconscious. Could you turn it off, please? The music seems to have stopped now. Apparently we got licked to death before by Toby. I ask you, Miss Naruto. Yes. Why would I have purged a recording of that gibberish? That was out of nowhere. Why did I purchase that? Oh well. So for some reason Iris here is silent and Miko Tobak is knocked out cold in the sofa. A gentleman's name, well, yeah, we know about this by the way. I cannot skip that. Yeah, that's not good. What? Who did what to this person? Well, I know who it is because it's Mr. Miko Tobak. But it's just like, what in the world has been happening here? Did you like, I don't know what you did, Iris. Is it dead? I don't know if it's still alive or something. Nah, that does belong to Andy King. So yeah, this print is pretty good though. It took it. Oh, is it actually turning off? Did I turn it off? I think I turned it off. But it took like 2 hours. 2 hours, I think. 1.5 or 2. I don't remember. Does it say here, by the way? It says 4 hours. It's gonna say that this same thing I've done before is gonna take 4 hours. That didn't even take 4 hours. That was fucking fast. This printer is a monster. I might actually continue doing that. I do enjoy streaming. And I do have energy and stuff like that, so I actually will do that. I do love to just relax like this. And you can try to yeah. So that belongs to that guy. Someone's mask has been laying language on the metal chest for several days. So that doesn't explain why the gentleman is wearing it now. But this is not now a simple matter to determine our guest's true identity. After all, the gentleman is unconscious. I know it is. But yeah, I'm gonna do half past. I'm gonna do half past. I have some goddamn meme videos in the background, goddammit. Hello. I knew it was him, I could see that. I don't believe it. Father! What is going on here? Like, I am so confused. I'm so confused. It's my unconscious father. Whoa, I just realized that the photo is from without the costume I have on. And it literally just like switched there from nowhere. That kind of threw me off a bit. Whoa. Which leaves us with one remaining imponderable. Imponderable. Yes, you, Iris. But your apparently inexplicable silence is unable to hide the truth. No, it's not because of that. You have something in your mouth. You're hiding something in your mouth. Why are you hiding it in your mouth? What are you trying to eat? Eat, sleep, and poop? What are you trying to eat, sleep, and poop? I don't know what that was. That was loud. Yeah, it's in her mouth. Like, first I thought she was just silent. But then was literally like, yeah, I'm just gonna look here. Like, oh, look at that. I just came to think of something, actually. No, huh. Okay. What's E-Iris really looking at? I don't know. What the fuck are you looking at? We have the knapsack there. Oh, the trunk.
Take that!
It was a bigger thing, I didn't even check it. Yes, the reason your mucus is concealed inside a metal chest. An excellent observation, for upon close inspection there is something different about the chest's appearance. It's kept locked at all times, yet now the hatch is open. Evidently this has something to do with your refusal to speak, Iris. It's a simple enough matter to incite you to speak, I'm sure. I merely need to open this chest. Oh! That explains that part at least. Fucking pair of them. That explains that at least. Iris, what are you trying to do? He's dead. Yeah, he's dead. I do love he actually managed. I just love how we managed to get stuck just at the same time as the father. Wait, does that mean that Miko Tobak tried to do that? And that's why he got like the mask and thing on him, because it just flew?
Oh, Hurley, I told you not to open it.
Ah, so you found your voice now, Iris. In other words, what just happened clearly reveals the truth here. Yes, the real reason you're silenced until now is...
This is somewhat different to usual dance of deduction, your performance with Mr. Shulmans, isn't it?
Well, he's left me alone on the ballroom floor, so I'm going to have to dance this next part solo. Anyway, I need to get to the boss of this. My own peace of mind. Now then, Iris isn't usually the silent type, so...
I mean, you don't actually know the answer yet, despite knowing the point of the finger before.
Because that's kind of interesting. It was like she hesitated trying to speak, but she still wanted Shirley not to do it. It's like there's like something there. Mrs. Sato, something. Sometimes a man needs to point his finger first and think later.
Oh, well, if you say so. I think it's better to examine Iris more closely and try to rescue the situation then.
Did you hide the key in there? That's the key she's holding, look. Have I seen that key before? Wait, hold on.
No, You're quite right. It appears as if by magic.
That's strange. A big old iron key. It came from her mouth.
Take that!
She was hiding it in her mouth. It's just I don't think they animated something like that because I didn't see anything. Yes. The real reason for your silence until now is that key behind your back. And Mrs. Sean was thrown into the air before. Ah, she took it out. Just before you called out to try to stop him, you slipped something out of your mouth. That something is a key now in your hands. No doubt the key to the chest.
You're so clever, enough.
So now it becomes clear that Mrs. Sean's graphic demonstration, we all can imagine what happened here.
What?
Professor Mikotoba also opened that metal chest, only to be punched into the air. And land sprawled on the seat.
Oh, wait, that doesn't explain all the facts. What about the stylish scarf and the cup of tea? And all above that, why would he be wearing Kazuma-sama's mask?
Well, for those curious details, I can think of only one explanation. Clearly, an unbelievable miracle took place in this room. Isn't that right, Iris? Consider how the room was arranged before this whole painful experience took place. When Professor Mikotoba opened the chest completely unaware of what awaited him inside, the mask was flung into the air, just as he only was. No problem, Turtle Girl! I'll see you in the next stream, hopefully, who knows? But yeah, have a great evening, and do take care of yourself. And the teacup journey through the air ended when it caught the unconscious professor's finger.
Oh, you mean to say that the stylish scarf?
It's actually just a tablecloth. This is the Great Detective's office, after all, a place for miraculous deductions. But why and how and huh?
Yes, you're right. It happened exactly as you said. Brilliant, Rino.
So why? I don't remember. What was supposed to be in that place?
So then, why don't I make a fresh cup of tea for all of us?
Iris, don't walk. Oh,
Objection!
he's up. Fucking hell. A memorable performance, Mr. Naruto. But in the final act of the show there, you rather missed everything of importance. Mr. Sholmes, if you wouldn't mind cast back my earlier deduction. Iris, you clearly hide a great secret. She is? From the looks of her face, Mr. Sholmes must be right. Whatever that great secret is, the cat isn't out of the bag yet. So, I put it to you again. You're attempting to abscond with the coffee cup. Right, the coffee cup.
It really is a shame that Mr. Shom's cup.
Must have been a smash when Professor Mikotoba opened the chest.
Oh dear, so many things seem to have been broken here.
But now that the deduction has taken a different direction, Iris doesn't seem to be trying to hide the broken cup anymore. In other words, their great secret is something else. Oh, hello. What's that? Ah, look, there. There's some papers there. Is Iris trying to hide them underneath the tray?
The insignia, Miss Naruto. This is an official Scotland Yard document.
What? But why would Iris? Oh, it's a fucking autopsy. It's autopsy. We must ask.
We must ask her. Huh.
It is the autopsy.
Take that!
You were attempting to abscond with that case file. Iris. As you may very well, nothing escapes the attention of a great detective. We visited Scotland Yard autopsy laboratory earlier today, and Dr. Gorey informed us that the autopsy report Clint Van Seeks had gone missing. Clint Van Seeks. Yes, I do seem to recall. But that some years ago, I asked to see the report in question. You were with me, weren't you, Iris? You mean it was you, Iris? So those papers you have there.
I'm sorry.
Why did you try to hide them then? Like seriously, if that was 10 years ago, you were like, oh, how? You're, isn't you 10 years right now? No, wait, no, 2 years ago. You were 8. It was 2 years ago. I was about to say, this wasn't 10 years ago? Like, no, they came 2 years ago. Huh. I would like to have a thought I could have predicated the booby-trapped chest. But they caught me completely off guard. I was very nearly late consulting the detective Sherlock Holmes.
I'm sorry, Harley.
So you mean this autopsy report really is...
Yes, I took it from the lab, even though I knew it was very important.
Why?
Was there something in it that troubled you, Iris? No, not exactly something that troubled me. Something I'd been looking for. When I saw this report, when I saw the writing in it, I knew it was Daddy's.
The writing? Oh, it was her father's writing. That's kind of adorable in a sense. Iris. This is something that's hard for her to talk about. Forgive me for interrupting, my dear fellows. Mr. Sean, what is it? I feel poor the unconscious gentleman on the seat has been somewhat forgotten. Yeah, he's just laying there chilling. Perhaps we should find our guest somewhere more peaceful to rest. Mr. Arhuda. Yes? Would you be so kind to lend him your bed? We must do our very best to make him comfortable, I feel. Oh, yes, of course. I'll help you carry him up.
So will I.
No. I can manage alone, thank you. You have tea to enjoy. We shouldn't want Iris brew to stew. I hear someone being in pain. I wonder, perhaps that was deliberate. Maybe Mr. Shum is making himself scarce to give Iris a chance to talk more freely.
We must use up this opportunity to talk with Iris. And find out what's going on.
Iris? Your daddy. Would you like to tell us about this? About it, Iris? About your father?
I'm sure I told you before, didn't I? That Daddy used to be Hurley's partner. Yes, and that note that all about the cases they solved together are kept inside that metal chest. That's right. Hurley told me, you see. He said that Dad is somewhere far away now, so we can't meet.
That's one way of describing it.
Then I secretly unlocked the chest and read through the papers inside. I started to build up a picture of my dad, of what Daddy must be like. In my head, what Dad must be like.
Well, that's only natural.
You're just like another any other girl your age. I read that Daddy was a professor of medicinal science, so I studied and took my degree too.
Well, that's only natural, I suppose.
In that respect, you're not quite like any other girl of your age, though. But there was one thing that I could never find out. Daddy's name.
Huh?
His name wasn't anywhere of the notes that he had made about his work with Hurley. But then one day...
That's what happened, is it? When you saw this autopsy report, you finally managed to work it out. Is that right?
Yes!
So it was the handwriting in the report that caught your eye. Huh. You didn't know your father's own name?
When I saw the writing on that report, I could hardly believe it. I know that handwriting. I thought to myself.
It was the same as the writing you'd seen on your father's case notes.
Exactly. I was desperate to compare the two properly. I need to see them side by side. I asked the doctor in the laboratory, but I was told I couldn't take the report away. And even worse, I was told that the first and last time we would be allowed to even have a look at it there.
So you decided to steal it.
When I compared the autopsy report with the case notes I had here, there was no doubt. The handwriting was exactly the same. It was Daddy's. And the signature of the coroner at the bottom of the autopsy report
Read Dr. J. John H. Wilson.
So now I finally found out. I learned Daddy's name at last.
I see.
Ever since then, I've called myself Iris Wilson. And that's also when I had the brilliant idea of writing stories all about Daddy's exciting times with Hurley. I decided it there and then that I'd write the adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
The problem is that we know a John H. Wilson, and he is unfortunately long gone. About a year ago. I can see why the autopsy report was so important to her now. And why she was prepared to break the law to get her hands to it. This is really my fault.
Hurley.
I made a promise, you see, that until the time was right, I'd keep the details about your father a secret.
I know. I've been very naughty. I'll take the autopsy report back to Dr. Gorey and apologize. I promise.
Yes. We'll go together, I think.
Then let me look after it until we get there.
Is there anything interesting in there?
I must go and water my herbs, I think. I'll see you all later.
Like, now I feel there is more mystery than just being Dr. John H. Wilson. I feel like there's something else, because I'm pretty certain Mikko Tobak did say that he has never had, like, a detective partner. What? How?
What's the meaning of this, Mr. Sholmes?
Mr. Sholmes? Oh, dear me. So, you've noticed, I see. What is happening? Wait, can I have a check on that? Hold on. Can I have a check here? Name Clint Van Seeks, male, 33, British. Time of death, 31st of May, between 9 p.m. and midnight. Okay. Death from a single stab wound to the heart. Other superficial external wounds indicated of a duel. Additional notes. Recent scarlet ink stains visible on the little and ring finger of the right hand, but no documented corresponding ink was found. Autopsy findings. Vital evidence recovered from the victim's stomach during autopsy. Credit Inspector Gregson for petitioning so dodgily for the autopsy procedure. No internal trauma noted anywhere in the body. I don't see anything wrong. Susato, what are you on? Hello?
Is this autopsy report, Miss Naruto? The one from 10 years ago. The writing. Isn't Dr. Wilson's at all.
What do you mean? How could you possibly know that?
Because I know this writing very well. This writing is my father's.
Do you have a sister now? I am so fucking confused. Hello? Indeed, it's true. And now you know, my dear fellows. No. I don't know anything. What on earth are all these mean, Mr. Sholmes? Because the idea that's slowly forming in my mind isn't just too extraordinary to believe. Please, you have to explain. Like, you cannot go away from this thing right now. Like, something is fucking going on here, and I'm losing my mind. So, this autopsy report was actually penned by Professor Mikoto back then. But that makes no sense. It's not possible, surely. Not possible, my dear fellows. Pray, take a deep breath and think it again.
Yes, you're right. In some ways, this actually makes a great deal of sense.
It does?
10 years ago, my father returned to Japan after his extended study in Britain.
And prior to his return, where was Mr. Mikotobak engaged? Ah, of course. He was an assistant in Dr. Wilson's laboratory learning about forensic science. And as an assistant, he would have aided with the dissection work, making detailed notes, which will be assembled into a fully autopsy report. Once the work was accomplished, the head coroner would check the content and put his signature on the document. Oh my god. Are these two sisters? I don't know. What am I looking at? I have YouTube going on and I don't know what I'm looking at right now. I think it's like some sort of cover song. So, Iris got the wrong end of the stick, you mean? She saw that and assumed the whole report had been written by Dr. John H. Wilson.
Which is very understandable, of course.
What a complicated situation. Who the hell is her father then? Because now we don't need to worry about that thing at least. Do you know how long we have been like sorrowing her father? And now you say, oh, no, it's not her father. It's just a goddamn other name. But she still remembered the documents. Is Mikotobak her father? Most of what we know about you, Mr. Sholmes, come from the published stories you exploit.
Yes, the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Written by Iris.
And we really have no way of knowing what's fact and what's fiction. Most troubling for you, my dear fellows, I'm sure. So what about this supposed partner of yours? Did it really exist or not? Ah, you come straight to the point, I see.
Please come straight to the answer.
I believe Iris explained it in one of her installments. He was a trusted comrade and the only person I could truly call a friend.
And this is part of yours truly make a record of all your cases. Are his notes really stored inside a metal chest?
Absolutely, my dear madam. Absolutely. So, where's your partner now? We rarely meet. You see, he lives on the other side of the world. But this autopsy report are the records of all your old cases were penned by the same hand. And if the author report was written, though not signed by your famous partner, there'd be only one logical conclusion. Pray, impress me. Your partner would have been Miko Tobak. Okay, hold on, I have to fucking do this, because what the fuck? I don't think I can actually do it here now. It seems to work. Your partner would have been Yunji Mikotobak. In other words, Miss Susato's father. Upon my words, Miss Naruto. Yes? Are you coming along wonderfully? You're coming along wonderfully. You have hit upon the method at last. You finally grasped the art of deduction. Do you mean to say? Allow me to introduce you to my great friend and partner, Miko Tobak. Excuse the fucking what? Who the is he? Iris's father. I am so confused.
Does this mean that you're the real Dr. Wilson?
No, my dear. My old self, Miko Tobak, your father.
Oh, of course. This is obviously too much for Suzuto-san.
Oh, this is too much to Susan to take in. Too much for her. I am losing my shit. I must say, though, how my old friend has attained worldwide celebrity as a great mysterious soul, where is a great mystery of all. I still remember the first time we met. Pray remind me, when was it again, Miko Tobak? 16 years ago, Shorms. Yes, quite, 16 years ago. I just arrived from Japan with a Sunshiro and Genshin. I was in search of lodgings and close to hospital. Some comfortable rooms at a reasonable price. But rents are devilish high in this particular area. Oh, that's right, so I decided I needed someone to share lodgings and expense with. I was fortunate enough to be introduced to Shawns, who found his way here somewhere. I was callow fellow back then, a mere shadow of the great detective you see before you. I was working at the hospital chemical laboratory at the time, indulging my curiosities for a little gain. And the situation of your collaboration led us to pursuing cases together, you see. Hard to believe, it was a mere 6 years. We had a great many adventures. But in the last of years of Miko Tobak's stay in Britain, the most famous case presented itself. The case with which you have become rather familiar with yourself. The Professor killings. After the trial, Shiro and I were summoned back home. Rather surprising, given the circumstances. So there you have it. As you now know, all the detailed records but my trusted chronicler remain in that metal chest. Holy shit! What the fuck?
Father.
Goodness, my dear, what a cutting look!
As your daughter, I'm very proud to learn that you were the great detective's great partner. But nevertheless, there's another mystery I really must ask you to explain now.
Iris. That is.
You know very well what that is. What it is? The unresolved matter of Iris's father.
Of course, I'd almost forgotten about that. I did not! That was like the main goddamn course of all this. Oh, I should have seen this coming. I suppose. Okay. I need to know before I end what the fuck is going on here.
Iris told us that all the notes about the great detective's adventures that are in that metal chest were written by her father. Isn't that correct, Mrs. Sholmes?
That is indeed what I was told, young Iris. What I told young Iris.
But if you're Mrs. Sholmes' partner, father, and you wrote all those case notes, then Iris's father must be you.
I am so. Who the hell is? Upon my words, Miss Asuta. You are coming along wonderfully as well. You too have hit the... Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, in a sense, I'm actually... Like, I'm like divided. For first of all, he had a second daughter while being away from his family. If nothing is like twisting around here now. But I'm also happy because Iris and Susato is like going well together like nothing else. Like, they would be great goddamn sisters. What?
What have you always told me, father? Is that my mother died when I was born 16 years ago. And you left me in grandmother's care while you embarked on your study for Britain. I've always expected that, but all this about Iris.
Oh, there it is. Susato sends ice cold stare. No, hold on a minute. It was very complicated. I mean, it's really not what you think.
But perhaps you'd like to explain what it is.
There it is now. The eyes go from ice cold to red hot just before she... No, really, you got it all wrong on the end of the stick. Sean, say something, man. Is she gonna throw him? Oh, you managed to change clothes fast. That's quite enough, my fiery fellows. Well, as I don't like to interrupt this exciting exploration of the past. Mikotobak and I have an urgent matter that requires a short excursion.
It's very late, Mrs. Sholmes. Where must you go?
Why, my dear madame, is it not obvious? My partner and I must pursue our natural nemesis. So get your coat, Mikotobak. The game is afoot. But Mrs. Sholmes, I really must give Susato a full explanation, I think. Later, my dear fellow, later. Our carriage awaits downstairs already. Oh, you haven't changed one iota, have you? I mean, really. I visited our home after 10 long years. And when I opened that chest in a fit of nostalgia, I quite inexplicably passed out. And he said that wasn't enough. When I eventually regained consciousness, I plunged straight into all this.
Father, please. Go with Mrs. Sholmes now.
What?
I have no doubt that whatever happened to you, you were acting in everyone's best interest. I trust you completely.
I actually gonna have to end it here, actually.